Hello everyone, good afternoon. I'm here at the office in my engine room and I am going to take apart this CRV rear end so that I can send the rear diff out to get a limited slip one made. And I'll send it all the way to UK so my friends from Kuwait can see if they can do something for us CRV guys. And after that, I have another differential. You may see this plastic thing right there. Hello Ricky, this plastic thing right there. That is a diff like from a 2006. This is from a 2004. The 2006 one, I'm going to put in these racing diff clutches, which will allow me to, it's pretty cool. These are very nice. It has extra adhesion and significantly better friction coefficient than the factory ones and a lot more robust. So these right here will allow me to have better engagement and hold the power on the all-wheel drive. Hello, Mark 5, good seeing you. LSD Live, good morning to you as well, sir. Hope everything's well with all of you. So, I'm gonna give you guys a warning. I have never taken apart a rear end before, ever. So, I want you to join me on this journey as I take this apart to see if I have an opportunity to make something of it. And when I take it apart, it may be a little messy. That's why I have this kind of basin in my engine room. Howdy 260Z, good seeing you. Nigeria, good seeing you as well. I do have quite a few pots of cars. For Rodney, if you go on bisimall.com, under the pots section, you'll see quite a few things, you know? Yes, it should be fun, Mark 5. Hello, Fast Money. Sam, yeah, it looks like oodles of fun, Sam. You should be here. Yeah, I do. I never stopped. In the corner right there is some Honda engines. I have another Honda engine right here on the stand. This, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this engine is for my Insight, so it's going back together. And yeah, behind me I do have a Porsche engine. Yeah, you're correct, you know. No, I can't forget. I will always continue to advance, but I'll never forget where I started from, you know. So without further ado, let me start taking this apart. I have a 12mm socket on my old school trusty Milwaukee impact gun. So I'm going to start taking this apart. So bear with me guys as I do this. Spain in the house. Good seeing you, Spain. I'm going to start taking these out. I should have brought a pry screwdriver. Some are nice and some are not so nice. I'm going to take these out. And I really should have brought a pry screwdriver. So if you guys don't mind holding tight, I'm going to go to the back of the shop and grab a proper pry screwdriver because I'm going to try and pry this and this apart. So hang tight guys, I'll be right back. Don't leave. And if you do, I'll probably have this up on YouTube or something. Maybe on Instagram for another 24 hours. Hello, Barcia. Barcia, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a pry screwdriver to take this apart. Yeah, I definitely don't have a pry one here. I have other ones, but not a pry one. So I'll be right back, guys. Hang tight. So I am back and I brought a larger impact just in case I encounter something strange. And of course I lost a few of you. But anyway guys, thanks for waiting, for those of you who waited. Hello Paz Autos, good seeing you. Hello Matt. Okay, let's play. Where's Bisi? I'm right here, Brandon. The UK's in the house. Thank you, Paz Autos. Thank you so much. I want to get this pry bar to help me take apart the rear differential of this 2004 CRV. That's a spring from a seal. So I guess I won't be using these seals when I put it back together. And speaking of UK, I'm sending this to England. So if those of you in the UK know where Seven Oaks is, that's where Quafe exists. So I'm shipping these out today. And I'm going to start taking it apart. Hello, Chief. Let's see if she will behave, if she'll come apart. This is my first time taking something of this nature apart. And I felt something, so that's good. Hey, Ari, good seeing you. Hastings, not far. Good, yes. I hope you could. I wish you were nearby and you can take this and deliver for me. But that's where we are. Tried to find me at Super Street, but I was probably surrounded by fans. Saw my Honda bill. Thank you so much. 260. I didn't stay in one place. I actually moved around quite a bit. So moving around quite a bit, I was filming to give those individuals the opportunity to take a look and see what they're missing at that event. It was a good event. I loved it, you know. Wow, that was a little easy. So my first time taking this apart, I took out the 6 bolts. I have a seal, which I need to most likely replace. Another seal. This differential had 300,000 miles. Wow, that wasn't bad at all. Dare I say this could be done inside the car? So, I see some shims here which allow for proper preload. So I'm going to make sure that I keep this with the assembly. And this is what came out. Open differential. So we're peg legging on the rear ends of some of these all-wheel drive setups. So including my wagon is peg legging in the rear. I have a Quafe limited slip in the front, but in the rear I do have an open diff. For the guy asking about my Odyssey, it's still in the office. The Odyssey is right over there, so it's still here. I still have it, Mr. Pounds. And this is pretty robust. That's a robust looking gear, so, but I will inspect from time to time as I put a good power down and put stickier tires to see how good these things are after some abuse. But yeah, I had some oil there as well. Let me get some towels. So thanks for joining me on my first time taking the rear end apart. I appreciate all the kind words, guys. And she's apart. So I'm going to, oh, that's pretty robust. That's, I think, a 12. Much smaller differential gears than I'm accustomed to. So I'm going to try and see if I can take it apart. And typically, those turn opposite so that they don't loosen up when you're going forward. So most likely that's a 14. If I have a hard time taking this apart away from the diff, then I'm going to go grab another device with an extension. And that should allow me to apply torque nicely to the bolts without problem. So, wish me luck. Let's see what's happening. Thank you so much. Hello, Extinct. Good seeing you. That is on there. Okay. Typically when I have an extension, it absorbs some of the torque and doesn't transfer it properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab a proper 14 and see if that'll come out with my larger Milwaukee impact. So forgive me guys, I'm coming in and out. We're doing this together. I'm going to go grab a tool and come back. So hang tight. I will be right back. 14. You know what's weird, guys? Now I think about it, it may be a blessing in disguise if I leave this up together for Quafe so that they can see what bolts are being used and maybe they can update them. Or maybe they can get precise dimensions on the ring gear, but I'll try again, and if not, I'll take it apart. Hello, Wagons Daily. Thank you so much, Psycho, for the kind words. I appreciate that. Hello, S2 Boost. I assume you have an AP set up. And I'm here today taking apart a 300,000 mile 2004 CRV rear end. Because they come open diff, as you can see there, hence giving a peg leg situation, meaning that only one wheel in the rear spins, really. And I want to be able to send this to my friends at Quafe to have them design and manufacture a limited slip differential using these dimensions so it can be easy upgrade for those who did a swap like mine, for people who have CRVs, and those who have elements, and all-wheel drive Honda cross tours as well. Oh really, I'd love to see that. S2 Boost, send me a photo of your setup on my Instagram if you don't mind. I'd appreciate that. Aha, see, so without an extension, the torque was good enough to have this come apart. So it's coming apart. It is loud. Thank you so much. Appreciate the kind words, guys. And I look forward to that S2 Boost. I love cars. So, I have that there. And I'll probably do more on my Twitch feed. So for those of you on Twitch, kindly go and follow Bisimoto, B-I-S-I-M-O-T-O. And I'll be more than happy to show you some crazy stuff I do here from time to time. Not too loud on your end, that's pretty good. It's pretty loud here. So I'm going to keep all the components because that's what I typically do. I don't want to misplace anything. So these are the preload shims that I'm taking out, and they seem to be the same dimension, so I won't worry about putting one on one side versus the other. So we have that. The bolts that I just took out, shockingly came out in a regular orientation, which is pretty nice. Hello, JP Firo. Good seeing you. Wine Blunts. Interesting screen name, but hello indeed. I left one more bolt in there. I'm surprised you guys, none of you caught that. So, and it smells really bad too. Like an old engine. But like I said, this differential had 300,000 miles. I was never replaced, which is pretty interesting. Okay, so that's out. It wasn't bad at all. So to take apart the rear diff was just literally 6 bolts, which if you have the space in your car, you may be able to do it in the car without taking the entire assembly down, which is pretty nice. And try and see if I can take it. Actually, you know what you do? So you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me put this on the floor. Okay. Using your knees, not your back. And let's see if I can take this off. She's already coming off slightly. Wow, she's very tight clearances here. Very tight. So I'm going to cheat this a little bit. There we go. Okay. This looks really good. This is a 300,000 mile Honda rear ring gear. It looks pretty nice. I don't know if you guys can see that very closely, but there are some slight markings on this. I wouldn't mind WPC coating this to give it a little more integrity and smoothness, and it won't stop up as much energy. Yeah, it does look really good. So JP Fear is asking, what am I doing here? JP, I built a pretty crazy wagon, and instead of using Wagovan parts because it's very difficult to obtain, I opted to use something more modern and plentiful. The rear end out of a CRV, which is similar to that of the Element all-wheel drive, and also if you have a cross-tour all-wheel drive, it's the same thing. So in part of my quest to be able to provide parts for all of you guys, I'm using some of my contacts to make sure that we have some good aftermarket support. So I took apart the rear end. My first time ever taking a rear end apart. I've never done it before, so you guys are seeing something that is the first time of me exploring. And I took out this rear differential. So this is going to England today. I'm sending to the UK. So Quake can make a limited slip differential for us and have it available to all of you, allowing you to have great adhesion. And then after that, my next thing I'm going to do is this. Racing Diff, courtesy of Automotive KMD, they're back east. They have these really cool clutch discs. See that? These are clutches that grip much nicer and have much more integrity and a higher coefficient of friction of the factory ones. They also withstand heat very nicely, unlike factory. So the factory has that weird kind of matrix that looks like a, not even semi-metallic, it looks like something that's almost composite. And this looks like what you see in a racing LSD. It's like very robust. So I have another differential right here, which you guys may not see. I'm gonna roll it down. This right here, a 2006 differential in this casing, and we're gonna put these clutch discs in that. So right now I'm gonna go ship out this to England so we can get a limited slip done, and hopefully they can do it fairly quickly. And then when I come back, my schedule allowing, it's a pretty crazy day for me today. Before I go to Vegas, and all of you can join me tomorrow while I'm in Vegas. I'll be at the Consumer Electronics Show, and I'm gonna walk around and make sure you guys are right in front and center of technology when it comes to consumer electronics. So I'm pretty excited about that, you know? How did I make the rear of the CRV fit in the wagon? Believe it or not, Eddie, this CRV rear end is much smaller than the wagon differential. And what's even more interesting is the rear of the CRV differential bolts up to the rear subframe of the wagon. But then the front mount is quite different. It fits quite nicely. I just had to make a front custom mount. And by doing that, Andy was here and he did the fabrication, because as many things I can do, engine building, tuning, design, I can't weld. So my good friend Andy came by and welded up a front crossmember front. So I'm opening up a 2006, relatively low mileage rear differential. And you see this is a much prettier condition than the one I just took apart. Dimensionally looks exactly the same, which is nice. As you can see, this is the cap of the old one I took off, and this is the new one that's right here. And this is supposed to spool quicker, for lack of a better phrase. And this one is a manual transmission CRV as well. Wow, it even has the year 2006. Even has the VIN. Has 172,000 miles on it, which is pretty nice. And it's much newer than what I took apart before. So this one is the one that when I return, I am going to install racing diff clutches in them, and then perform the ultimate test with you guys, which is some cool launches and mashing out in the wagon. I'm gonna leave it at 772 to the wheels, which, one moment guys. With a 17% drivetrain loss, for those of you who don't quite understand wheel horsepower, 772 times 1.17. So right now the wagon is making about 903 to the crank. So leaving it there, without pushing the power any further, I am going to test these clutches in this rear end. And I have a weird feeling that it's going to be absolutely spectacular. Oh, you guys have been talking. I haven't been seeing this. What did I use for the four-wheel drive subframe? In the rear, I used a four-wheel drive assembly out of the old wagon. So the same wagon year and chassis code of the EE, I used the rear subframe of a wagon van. So it had the ears. It's very similar to the two-wheel drive one. It just has the ears that allows you to bolt into this. And luckily for me, these two ears here bolted up beautifully on the CRV rear end. And you know, I understand there are people out there who are just doing it with wagon rear ends. And it'd be much easier if I just want everything wagon. But how does that help you guys? If I do that, it doesn't help any of you. It just puts us in an opportunity where we all have to look for parts that are very difficult to find. But what if the team and I, you know, Automotive KMD and the team and I got together and made robust components with parts that you can find easily? Isn't that better? And that's what we did. So when I come back, I will have the opportunity to take this one apart, but instead of the rear differential area, we're going to take apart the front. We're going to take off this entire assembly here. This feels really good. We're going to take apart the front nose. We're going to take all the discs out, check clearances and make sure it's proper. And it'll be my first time doing that. I've observed it being done, but I've never done it myself. So that should be pretty nice, you know? Yeah, it's a tiny clutch, but if you think about it, I don't know if you've seen clutch style rear LSDs. Those sit in a very small package. As a matter of fact, most LSDs are smaller than this assembly. So if LSDs, clutch style, can handle high horsepower, and I'm talking about you have Supras and Hondas and Mustangs and Porsches, high horsepower that use clutch discs, it should be a nice assembly for this. Now, when I do push power even more, and if we exceed the limitations of these clutch packs, which I don't know if I ever will, but if I ever do, there are other solutions we can explore, and I will explore the limitations of these. And if it works even for high horsepower, guess what? Our job is done. And all of you can benefit from it, which is pretty cool. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on my first dismantle of a CRV rear end. I am going to, what I typically do, because he's a scientist to me, I'm going to write down on this what is in here. So I'm going to put 2004 CRV. It's always good to label things. And I'll create a box, which I should find just any random box. Let's see, I have a box of, empty box right here. So let's move you away for a minute. Okay, there you are. So, ring gear in the box. Back half of the differential, which is still oily, so I'm gonna pour some of that out. Okay, in the box. Maybe I'll move the ring gear away first. That over there. Ring gear here. Protect it a little bit. Maybe wrap it in some plastics to help protect it a little bit. My hands are so slippery. Yes, I'm in action. Bag it and tag it. Absolutely. Thank you so much. So put that in there. Okay, so that's there too. The bag I made with a tag. That's there too. And Z cover. Put that inside here. And I'm going to put this away in the back of the engine room. And it should be good. So I will keep you guys, all of you, abreast of my success in getting this to the UK, and also in our friends Michael and Dale in making this happen. Therefore, all of us will have access to some cool adhesion in the rear end. Thank you so much, guys. Take care and talk to you soon. Cheers.